let's take a look at the euro dollar for the upcoming November the 4th session. And let's take a look at a little bit of review from yesterday. We were drawn into the trade here when price closed above the that resistance line for quite a while. You can see we're in this for a while, and finally we ended up being stopped out when price closed here on the other side of this trend line for about 40 some pips. Let's see, I think it was about 46 pips or so. And when it closed over here, it also gave us an entry into our other trade that ran, over 100 pips. So, if you want to figure 40 and you want to say it ran 120, maybe you got 70, maybe there was a net positive 30 on the trade. So when we look at this, what I want you to learn from this is if price goes over this level and we don't see the follow through, like here we had some follow through. It closed below and then we had that nice follow through. If it does not get that follow through, when it hits our other line and closes over it, we need to stop ourselves out. And that's where our stop went, and then reopen and go this direction. So again, as you can look, there's not much price action. There's been good intraday price action, but overall we're coming right back into these averages for the week. We haven't moved too far off the average. So we had one stop out and one winner here on the Euro USD. And overall for the upcoming session for November the 4th, you can see that we have a nice resistance area here, but it's been attacked several times and there's not too much we're going to look at to get into a long position. It really doesn't look like there's too much again for the long side. We've been playing with this daily trend line as we're going to take this one back up to a daily chart just to give you that reminder. You can see that daily trend line it's been playing with right there. So let's take it back down to the hourly chart. You can see that there was the trade that closed above and took us in on the hourly chart. Here's the trade that closed the other side and took us back in. So we're going to look for two trades in the upcoming session. We have a really aggressive trend line coming up through here. And so we're going to be looking for a close below this trend line here on the 1 hour chart for a sell. And again, we'll attempt to close above this daily trend line up here, close above that on the hourly chart. We'd be looking for a long, but in between there, we're going to leave it. The other sell we're going to watch for, and let me delete this off now that we've made our notes, is for price to come up to this daily trend line and hold, right? If it holds up here and gives us a trend line break, that could be a third possible trade. So we're going to watch for a couple trades, really just one buying opportunity and two selling opportunities on the Euro USD for the upcoming November the 4th session. Let's take a look at the dollar yen for the upcoming November the 4th session. You can see here that price did break down across this trend line that we were looking at yesterday, and it did pay a little bit. Like we've said, you need to fund these trades a little bit quicker. Right? It made it to the 35 level. Then it came back and it's been bouncing very, 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 very tight range. Remember, folks, we're coming into some heavy news announcements over this week, just nonstop news all week long, and you have to in these sessions, as you can see, down, up, all pretty much staying very close to an average of price right around that 90-15 area, that 90-15, 90-30 area, all the way through that. Not much given away from that. You need to make sure you take some of that money off the table, pay yourself, and then see if it's going to progress. Now, we're going to leave this resistance line in here from last week because, or yesterday I should say, that was the price rejection from the day, and we attempted to go up to there and we were not. We were rejected back. So the dollar yen's actually pretty simple for the upcoming session. And I'm going to take this back to this. You can see the spike on this hammer way back here in the very start of the week. Here's the trend lines and the resistance line. Any kind of close below this trend line here, we're going to be any close below that trend line on the 60-minute chart, we're going to get into a sell. We're going to kind of fund this trade down here in this area, down near these lows, because again, you can see the strong support that's coming in here. Again, we'll fund a little bit more of that position down here near the bottom of this hammer, leave some on to run. And we're going to be very cautious to the upside, right? We're going to be very cautious. You can see this longer term trend line that we have in here, right? You can see that longer term trend line. And we'll take that up to a 4-hour chart. You'll see it a little bit more clearly, much like the euro yen that we're looking at. You can see where it goes from these peaks to these highs. So what we're going to do on a 60-minute chart, because this resistance level is so close to this trend line, and this 60-minute 200 exponential moving average, we're going to say a close above this upper trend line up here, this close above this upper trend line up here on a 60-minute chart, that's where we would be looking to go long. We don't want to get trapped in any mess in here. So if it closes above this, usually it means it's broken free and it's going to continue up. The other thing is the MACD is really still neutralized, much as it was yesterday. All day long today it's been neutralized. So we're looking for a possible trend to develop out of that. So those are the two trades we're going to look for. Again, one buy, one sell on the dollar yen for the upcoming November the 4th session. And if you're interested in joining us, we are doing a live training session on different strategies to trade the news on Thursday, 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Password will be the zone. That would be emailed to you when you registered for it. All the details, but it's Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, USA. Once you click log into this, put this link here. It's not clickable. Put that information into your web browser. It will give you the information, the time, the password, etc. We look forward to seeing you there. So that's going to be a wrap for the dollar yen for the upcoming November the 4th session.